Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
New information is just coming into the newsroom. 2 Becker County Sheriff's Office deputies are on administrative leave after a police chase that led to a shooting just east of Audubon.
Valley News Team's Molly Casey has been following this story today with the latest information and reactions from those who witnessed last night's incident. She joins us now in the studio. Molly?
Mike, Andrea, a new release from the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension identifies the man who fired at deputies as 55-year-old Dean Robert Minerath of West Fargo. 2 Becker County deputies pursued the vehicle Minerath was driving after someone called 911 to report he had threatened to kill people near Cormorant. Deputies spotted Minerath's car and attempted to stop it, but a pursuit began on County Road 5, topping 95 miles an hour. Spike strips were eventually deployed as the chase moved to Highway 10, stopping the car east of Audubon. Minerath then got out of the vehicle and pointed a rifle at the deputies, who both fired their weapons, hitting Minerath. He was later transported to Essentia Health in Fargo, and no officers were injured. Authorities interviewed a passenger who was in Minerath's car during the pursuit, but released the individual. Once the BCA's investigation is complete, it will pass its findings over to the Becker County Attorney's Office for review.
All right, Molly, now those 2 officers who've been placed on administrative leave have been identified as Becker County Patrol Sergeant Dan May and Becker County Deputy Darren Borth. To stay up to date on the latest developments with this story, make sure that you tune into Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com.
An old scam has claimed new victims in Valley City, costing the residents thousands of dollars. Valley City police say that 2 people reached out to them within the past few weeks, saying that they had been scammed after getting a call from someone claiming that a relative of theirs was in jail. The most recent report was from a woman who ended up paying $7,000 to the scammers. She says the person calling her said she needed to pay bond money to get her loved one out of jail, and then they asked for more money, claiming that a judge ordered a fine. Valley City police say that no law enforcement agency will call to ask for a family member's bail money, and that anyone that receives such a call should contact authorities. For more on this story, make sure to tune in to Valley News Live 10 at 10 tonight to hear from one of the scammed victims.
And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our Whistleblower Hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. The phone number is on your screen. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
An update to a story that we first reported to you last Saturday. A plane crash that killed 3 people in Thief River Falls may have been caused by engine trouble, according to a witness. That witness has told investigators, according to a preliminary report, that the engine was screaming before slamming into the ground. The NTSB says the small plane took off from Thief River Falls on its way to Rawlins, Wyoming, and crashed shortly after. The investigation into the crash is still ongoing, with no official cause released for the incident.
Police are warning car shoppers to be on the lookout for flood-damaged cars. The Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota say that consumers should be aware that flooded cars from the hurricane hit southeast that could make their way into this area. Some ways to tell if the car you're looking at is flood damaged include getting a vehicle history report and looking for standing water around the engine or in the spare tire compartment. Flooded cars are legal to sell, but have to go along with a salvage title, which make the value of that car much lower and can be harder to insure.
NDSU homecoming festivities are shifting into high gear. The annual homecoming parade is underway in downtown right now. There's a live look. There are 76 floats and entrants representing student groups, NDSU academic departments, local businesses, and community organizations. The NDSU Gold Star Marching Band, the band's alumni, and the New York Mills, Minnesota High School Band are providing musical entertainment. The parade is running primarily north on Broadway from NP Avenue to 4th Avenue North. And don't forget, tomorrow's homecoming football game can be seen right here on KVLY starting at 1 o'clock. And the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show gets underway at noon.
Considering it's late September, I found today's weather to be simply enjoyable. And since football games and parades are leading Friday night's list of outdoor activities, let's find out from Justin if fans will have any problems. Justin?
And thank you, Mike and Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, tonight is a really great night if you have outdoor plans. Temperatures are near normal for this time of year. As the sun is about to set, we are seeing current readings into the mid-50s as you make your way out toward Bemidji and near 60 into Lakes Country, out toward Jamestown and into the Southern Valley. Lower 60s right now. Everybody seeing sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds between Roseau, Baudette, and Bemidji, but that is it for the moisture. Now, as soon as we lose the sunshine, temperatures are going to start to fall into the 50s and eventually into the upper 40s, but we will keep clear skies and a light southeasterly wind if you have any outdoor plans for the rest of this evening. We have a big change coming for Saturday and for the day on Sunday as some rain moves in. We'll give you all the details coming up later in the newscast.
Don't rain on the tailgaters.
No, it doesn't look like it, but it will be windy.
All right, thanks.
The U.S. Department of Justice is awarding millions of dollars in grants for North Dakota to help the state's Native American population. The money includes $4.7 million for the Crime Victims Fund and $600,000 to support victims of human trafficking through the Mountain Plains Youth Services. There's also close to $500,000 being set aside for programs helping victims of domestic abuse, as well as a number of other services. Altogether, the grants total $6.4 million.
It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. And police say Michael Hedrick is wanted for probation violation and possession of a controlled substance. Both are felonies. Call your local law enforcement agency if you have any information on his whereabouts.
A Grand Forks man is being charged with attempted robbery after police say he tried to rob a convenience store. It happened just before 4 in the afternoon yesterday at Cenex on Gateway Drive in Grand Forks. Police say 22-year-old Robert Smith Jr. was caught a few blocks away. He's being held in the Grand Forks County Correctional Center.
Production of small grains crops in both North and South Dakota this year have been dramatically impacted by drought. The Federal Agriculture Committee says that the spring wheat production is down 23% in North Dakota and down 56% in South Dakota from a year ago. Production of winter wheat and durum wheat down by 50% or more in both states. Oat and barley production also down significantly. The latest U.S. Drought Monitor map shows 59% of South Dakota and 63% of North Dakota still are in some stage of drought.
West Fargo firefighters suspect a faulty fan sparked a fire in an apartment building overnight. People had to be evacuated from the building around 5:30 this morning in the 100 block of East Main Avenue. The fire chief tells us a person in the second floor apartment woke up this morning smelling smoke coming from their bathroom. When crews arrived, there were flames in the bathroom, but they were quickly put out. The room had extensive damage and there were no injuries.
Up next, concerns about the help that's needed now for hurricane victims in Puerto Rico. You'll hear from a local man who has family there.